What is up, everyone? Uh, I don't know uh, that many words in sign language yet, but I'm learning still. Today's word is not annoy. I hope I said all that right because it is like sign language is getting is hard, but it's also getting easier. I'm trying my best to I don't know how to form sentences. I think that in their language they actually form sentences a little bit differently. So I'm not sure how it goes, but it's getting simpler. It's getting easier, and I realize now I need to start going back into learning things. Like back in the day, I used to be heavy into learning stuff. Um, cause I had back when it was the great courses and I could just access it through the library. I was all over that stuff. I still have access to it, but now I got to pay for it. And I'm like, it kind of hurts my feelings a little bit that I do feel a little betrayed that it became one gym and it started charging because, like I said, Great Courses Library Edition was my thing, bro. I was like, heck yeah, all I gotta do is just go on the internet, go on my library's website and just get this, do recorded books. Then recorded books ultimately, I don't want to say it went belly up, but it didn't do what it used to do. So I mean, I like the idea of I like the idea of being able to go to Libby for all of my library book needs, but it felt better knowing that there were other options out there because recorded books had access to the Pimsleur stuff, so I was aprendió más lenguas or idiomas, and I was I realize now I like learning more than I like laughing, which is why I need to take a break from social media. Oh my god, I realize now that I don't like. It's not that I don't like laughing as much as it's just at some point the stuff that people are laughing at just comes off as dumb. It's just I hate that it sounds like I'm being kind of snobby and snooty and just sort of trying to ruin other people's good time. But it's I'm really not. I'm not trying to ruin anybody else's good time, but at some point, my least favorite types of jokes are the ones where you have to lie to yourself in order to keep it funny. For example, right? There is a professional wrestling community. There's a wrestler by the name of Cody Rhodes, who is the son of the American Dream, the late American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and Cody Cody is married to and has a child with a black woman, and so his child is going to be white, Cuban, and black. So, I'm guessing that at some point he did some promo on AEW because he was doing a lot of promos back then. His promos are really good, but at the same time, it can get a little drawn out, and you get tired of. I'm guessing you get tired of hearing a promo from every other show or whatever. But his one of his promos, I think he was just really happy to have a daughter, and I'm guessing at some point he mentioned that she was black, and people got obsessed with that part, and now you got people basically saying all of these Cody is black memes, and it's oh, he's trying to end racism by having a half black child, blah 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 blah. And it was so every chance you get there's a I call it a black Cody meme, and the meme is always there's one of him sitting next to Martin Luther King, and there's one of him being on rap album covers, and there's one of him with the kente hat on, and it's just and I ain't gonna lie, after the first 10 minutes of people sharing the memes like this, it just got stale to me. So it's that promo happened years ago, from what I understand. So it's people are still doing it, and now it's the joke has sort of stuck, and I'm just waiting for people to, because the one thing I tend to notice is that when people try to do this sort of thing and try to make the joke even funnier, they try to make it true. So I'm waiting for somebody to just start doing research about Cody really actually being part black, because Dusty Rhodes is also actually black, or whatever kind of crap they come up with, because it's these are things that do happen, because people who are new to the joke are going to be is this really true? And what better way to keep the joke going than to say, yeah, it is, you know Like they photoshopped him into a picture with Martin Luther King. Cody Rhodes is not that old, so like imagine if that goes into the wrong hands, and now you got people like saying how he still this how he still look good. He might be old. I mean, he might be black because black don't crack because he took this picture of Martin Luther King or some dumb crap like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't want to laugh. I don't want to laugh no more. And almost every other joke is like this now, and it's just like at some point it becomes less about it becomes like there's so much stuff that's happening in real life right now that is equally hilarious, such as classified documents being found in a Discord server called Thug Shakers from Minecraft. I looked that up. Like that's a joke. That's a real thing that happened, but it can also be a joke. A Supreme Court Justice of America is being wined and dined by a Nazi in order to like shape America in the for a Republican cult. I mean, part of that is true. The dude is a Nazi, and the Supreme Court justice is actually just hanging out with him, saying that's my friend. We hang out. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's the humor for this stuff? I'm not, and I it sounds like I'm saying make politics funny, but it's like politics is funny. Like you can make jokes like these are things that are really happening. But I realize now that it's like, people just, like, people don't, everybody just wants to laugh nowadays, and it just becomes more and more annoying to me because it's like, I don't want to laugh no more. I don't. I know I'm coming off as a little upset, but that's only because of the fact that it's just like, I'm realizing now that this is definitely, like, this is not my area. You know what I mean? Social media is definitely, because I want to I want to interact with people who I think are my friends, and it's like, this is what they do. It's kind of like how when I got curious about when I was young, I got curious about like smoking weed. You know what I mean? I never did, I never really like did the stuff like on my own, but I was hanging out with some folks that did, and I thought to myself, oh, okay, so this might actually be cool. Something might happen here that, cause they used to act like, I remember growing up, they used to be like, getting high was like the coolest thing on the planet, cause they will announce it like, man, I got so high last night, I got high, and it's like, and I'm thinking to myself, getting high must be something really cool that happens, because they talk about it and they're so excited about it, right? So I go in, I interact with people who actually did get high. The smell was terrible, but and they just sat there. They would just smoke weed, pass it, and just sit there. They'll just say some dumb jokes or whatever, and then it's like I'm thinking to myself, like, where's the cool part happening? Like, where's the fun part? What's the part that everybody gets excited about? You know what I mean? But it was just like, this was it. This is boring. Like, I mean, it's like clearly you're having a good time. You know what I'm saying? Your brain's a little fuzzy. Everything is funnier. You know what I'm saying? I'm guessing y'all see, because, they passed it to me. I did it one time, and I was like, this is disgusting. I would never want to do this. And I passed it, and they were like, man, you gotta keep trying it until you like it. It's like, if there's one thing about me is that, like, if I don't like something the first time, I'm probably not gonna like it the 14th time either. So, y'all, like, so I left that day. It's kind of like how the first time I went to a strip club and people were like super excited, like, yay, naked ladies walking everywhere. And I just remember just being there, as like, cause like I work down the street from that strip club, so I see some of the workers from that place on the, they go to the Walmart that I work at, like almost after the shift. So you just see like these ladies, these voluptuous women in their trench coats and all this other stuff. Or like some of them just be like wearing these, really these accenting outfits. So it's like, but it's like once I actually got up in there, the first thing that got me was, they were letting them smoke cigarettes inside, so the smoke was hitting my eyes, and I'm just like, so I'm going in, I'm in this dark room, loud music, you know what I'm saying? Most of the girls are kind of young, by the way, which is really creepy, and I'm just like squinting my eyes. It's just like, I mean, it was just like, I don't want to, it's like, this is what people get excited about, Like, come on, man. I don't know. Like, maybe it was just, like, it's not. I guess I overcomplicate things. I don't know. Like I don't want to ruin anybody else's good time though. So I realize now that I'm kind of like I am the buzzkill, but that's only because I don't drink. So so it's like I kind of should like sort of like stick to myself a little bit because I know now that like nothing. I don't know. It's just that, like the stuff that excites everybody else, the stuff that gets everybody else like riled up. I don't know. It just doesn't do that for me. And as much as I try to sort of force myself into being interested in this stuff, I can't. It's just I can't look at this stuff and be like, this is fun. I can't look at another joke about child abuse or another joke about like disrespecting women or another joke that's basically just a big old lie. I can't look at these things and be like, haha, that's funny. I can't do it. Like it's just I don't know. It's just not in me. And I'm not saying this. I'm not saying this to say that I'm smarter or better than anybody else. It's just that clearly, I guess I see it with a different lens, man. It's kind of like nostalgia. You know what I mean? Like normally when we look at older stuff, we look at it through the eyes. We look at it through the gaze of like rich white people. Like because rich white people had access to a lot of cool stuff in like the 60s and the 50s and the 40s and the 70s and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? Like, but once you like sort of rip off the page a little bit, it like you rip off the regular stuff and you kind of look at the dirty underbelly of it. There's poverty, there's oppression, there's a lot of racial tension going on at the time. Like it was a lot of corruption, a lot of drug use. It was just like you look back at all this stuff and it's just like I mean, sure, it's like it's like you want to go back in time, you want to go back to the 50s because you think it's Leave It to Beaver, and you find out that it's hell, like straight up hell. And for me, I'm guessing because I kind of have an idea what hell looks like. I'm like, yeah, that's hell. And it's like, shut up, you don't know. It's like, okay, you know what? You're right. I don't know. Whatever. That's me. So it's like, I realize now that because I'm such a buzzkill, I don't want to ruin anybody else's good time. So I kind of just want to. So I realize now that that's kind of why I'm not antisocial. I actually would hang out with people if they wanted me to hang out with them. But like, I would unintentionally be the wet blanket, and I would rather not, and I don't want to be that. Another thing too is yeah, just that's my thing. It's like I'd rather be learning anyway, especially because like I'm paying for this One Dream stuff, and I'm paying, I'm trying my best to like learn this stuff so I can try to get the hang of things. So it's like I rather be learning than laughing. So I'm going to be trying to do more learning than laughing, which means I got to take a break from social media. So it's like I probably might not take that break, but I know now that I should because I mean, like I feel like I've seen everything I needed to see on there because every other chance is like it's more jokes that I'm not going to find funny. Let's end this on a positive note, though, because actually taking a break from social media in order to maintain my sanity, that is positive, right? That is, looking at things. So there's that. Oh my goodness. Also, I'm cooking more. I lost like 7 pounds. I don't know. I've been doing this workout that's I've been just like doing some basic like regular workouts, like just some little half crunches where I don't go all the way up, but I go at least a little bit up to try to get myself going. The goal now is, like I say, is never to look good because I'm pretty sure my body is just incapable of doing that at this point. I mean, but I do want to no, I shouldn't say that. I'm the goal isn't really to look good as much as to kind of get my form back. I used to be able to do backflips off of walls. I used to be able to, I was really athletic, and I wasn't afraid to want to headbutt a ceiling, even though I never could. But I got to get my vert up. I got to get my I used to be really, really, really athletic. So now I realize now that I can get that back. I can, like, as long as I can walk, as long as I can jump, as long as I can run, I can do it, and that's the plan. So I have been working out, and I have been losing weight. I'm not like you probably can't see it, but it's there. The goal now is I realize now that my stomach is gonna kind of always be pouchy, is gonna always be poking out. So I'm trying to overcompensate by having a better chest. Hopefully, it shows a little bit here, you know. But I also know that I probably might have that Kofi Kingston thing where there's gonna be a huge gap. Like no matter how much weight I gain in my chest area, I'll probably have that big gap like right here. You know what I mean? Look up Kofi Kingston's chest. It's Kofi Kingston, Chris Jericho, The Undertaker. But I'm gonna wrestle in a shirt anyway. um, this is 16 minutes long. This video was actually supposed to be about nostalgia, but I think I covered that already. But that's it though. Y'all be easy. Love, peace, and happiness to every single one of y'all. And yeah. Also, happy birthday, AJ. It's my little brother's birthday, and I should do something for him, even though like we're in like two different states. Yeah, but AJ, happy birthday, and I hope you did your taxes because IRS ain't playing with poor people. Let's talk about this some other time. How'd I do? He don't talk. At least not yet.